It's important when you start to your art journey that you understand about copyright. We're going to talk about that today. Hi, I'm Michelle Manriquez from Drop That Brush. I would like you to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. When I first started into my art journey, I had no idea about copyright. I knew something was books and if you copy it, and that's pretty much all I knew, is it wasn't okay in writing. Well, there is a whole bunch of laws that you need to be aware of. And if you're beginning, sometimes you aren't aware of it. So that's why I'm doing this video. When you see something, whether it's a photograph or an artwork that you love, most likely they have worked for years to hone their craft. They've spent lots of money on equipment and have really done a lot of intensive study. Let me talk about when I started as a teacher. And I learned a little bit about copyright. Most beginner artists aren't aware about the copyright laws. And so you kind of get a little piece here and a little piece there, and it's hard to understand what you can do and what you can't. When I come into with a class and they're wanting to bring me up a calendar, oh, everybody loves calendars, man. And they'll say, I want to paint that. I have to explain to them that this is somebody's work and they have done their time, energy, and spent money probably to get this done. And so if you're doing it, if you're going to copy their work, it's okay probably, because most people recognize that if they are learning and you're keeping it in your house, you shouldn't have any problems with that. Most people are kind about that. We're trying to learn. But you need to be careful. You don't want to sell it, don't want to put it in a show, because that's somebody's idea and creation. And you don't have the right to take that. We do need to look at something, and we're beginning, right? To look at it and try to make things. It's very hard to design your own stuff when you first begin. And I get that. That makes sense. But we have to be very careful that we are not using somebody's copyrighted material and then putting it on the internet, putting it on to sell. That's a no-no. My first thing is, I'm on the internet, Facebook, and I see this picture and I'm like, oh my God, I just really want to paint that picture. So I'm going to tell you my experience is I will actually contact the photographer and ask them, may I have your permission to paint this picture? I do this in writing. I keep that documentation showing that they have allowed their permission to paint, show it, or sell it. We have to be really careful. And a lot of people don't care. It's their pet picture, and I just love it. Was just a cute picture. But you can't just snag it and say, oh, I'm going to paint that. So that's my take on it, is if I've gotten permission from the photographer, then, and it's written that I've had permission, then I will go ahead and paint it. Also, if we know that the photograph belongs to a certain person, there should be, this photograph was sourced from Laura Jones, so that you know that I did not take that picture, but it came from her. Or if I'm painting on something that's about a old master artist, this is from, and whatever the name of the painting is that you're working on. So we need to be really honest about what we're doing, because it's the right thing to do. Let's talk about fair use. But I changed it, like 10%. Who decides what 10% is? You change the color, but everything's the same except for the shirt. Is that 10%? You never know who is going to be the person to decide 10%. It can be open to review as to what is 10 or 20%. So it could get you in trouble. So you need to be careful, and I don't suggest it. You need to be aware that yes, you're using things for learning, but that's something that should be in your house, maybe your family's house, and that should be it. It shouldn't go anyplace else. Shouldn't go to shows, shouldn't go to selling. Just use it, practice, because, we all need help when we're trying to learn, but we need to be very thoughtful about what we're doing. Another one I hear, but I didn't make money on it. Again, it's somebody else's artwork, and so, it's just not worth it. Do your stuff, keep it home. It's all good. I had a friend of mine who had seen my pictures, and she said, "Oh, I saw that on a t-shirt." I'm like, the problem is when things are out there, people either don't care or I'm like, "Are you sure?" It was like someplace in a totally another state. It was very strange. I thought, well, okay. Our stuff is out on the internet. People can take it and put it on a t-shirt, I guess. I've also had people walked up to me and said to me, "Oh, you did that picture? I use that every time I do my lecture about you can change things, how to make it work for you." And I'm like, and then I have to explain to them they're not supposed to do that because people don't know. And if they do know, some people just do bad things. But if it's on the internet, doesn't mean you can use it at all. There are some places that you can use. There are domain, copyright-free pictures. They're normally not that good. I can go through a whole bunch of pictures, and they're not very good lighting. There's, they're regular pictures, not professionals, I think, sometimes that you've given it away. But it can give you ideas, but straight out copying it, you can do it, but it probably won't be that great of a picture. Either the light won't be good or the colors won't be good. And so you have to do a lot of adjusting anyway. When we do our own pictures, we do a whole bunch of changes, or you should be doing that. That you can look for is you can pay for somebody's copyright. I spend, $10 to have that copyright to be able to use that picture. So that is another way. But just grabbing things that you like on the internet, no, it's not okay. I know it's sad. Some of the copyrights will say must source John Jones for, of the picture or whatever. So you need to make sure that you look and see what you need to do to make sure that the person, if they're giving you copyright, then you need to make sure that you're doing whatever they require. But it's old. Oh gosh. All right. I thought that too. I thought, oh, it's really old. Should be cool. No. Also not cool. U.S. copyright means after the artist or the photographer is dead, add 70 years. Then it's okay. If an artist died on 1970, you have the copyright expires in 2040. So, you got to be really careful. And they can actually extend that copyright. Just another fun little thing. And so again, it's just not worth it. Easier to make your own pictures, do your own designs, make your own ideas. You can get some ideas, but you want to do your own stuff. What about when things I'm learning off of YouTube or a workshop? Most instructors understand that you're going to bring it home. You may even give it to your family. I don't think that people would expect, and nor would it be appropriate, that you would sell or show your work as your own. without permission from the artist. You know, we should at least source in the back on it so that we know where we got that. So we don't 10 years from now thinking, oh yeah, I did that. No, you didn't. It belonged to so-and-so. So, boy, you can't do anything, huh? And that's reality. You want to actually take your own pictures. This is really, truly the answer. All of us have a phone now. Keep that phone with you. Take a picture. I had a guy that was going down in the rain, and he had a flower pot in his head to protect him from the rain. I literally chased him down to take pictures because it was something, it was cool. I don't know where I'm going to paint it, but one of these days it's there. So I'm consistently talking to people and say, hi, I'm an artist. Can I take your picture? I love your beard. Would you mind if I took a picture of your dog? I have thousands of pictures, and that's what I encourage you to do. If you're a landscape artist, you can take a landscape from this place to this place and combine things together. Basically, you need to use your own photos if you want to actually put it in a show or sell it. I really think that everything should be your own picture. Sorry. You know, even if it's a bad picture, you can fix it. We can do it with design-wise and fix so much of the issues. And we can fix it on some of the apps. It's kind of a moral imperative to respect the people's artists who have done their time and their effort and their dignity, that we don't copy their work. When you don't know what you're doing and you're hanging out with the brush, you're thinking, I don't know, drop that brush, like, subscribe, and ring that bell, please. And you know what? You have an amazing day. Bye.